Opposition leader Raila Odinga's secret deal after the countrywide protest following the 2022 general election has come out in the open, with Raila Odinga now eyeing the African Union Commission chairperson position. The latest push by President William Ruto to have Raila Odinga clinch the African Union top job has brought to the fore closely guarded secrets that the two leaders had come to a ceasefire agreement in a meeting presided over by former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo in Mombasa last year. Our reporter Grace Nganga has more on this.
In politics, they say there are no permanent enemies, just interests, a notion that perhaps best explains Raila's nomination to the AU by President William Ruto. For politicians who've had a love-hate relation, this move comes as a surprise to many, but a masterstroke in the political game of chess. For a man who has seemingly been losing touch with his support base owing to the high cost of living and unfriendly government policies, President Ruto has moved to tame his biggest critic, Raila Odinga, who has been riding on government's misdoings and galvanizing his support base.
They will exercise the sovereignty directly. Maandamano, picketing, boycott, na kadhalika.
My friends, sahau mambo ya handshake.
Nasema hapa leo, sitaki mambo ya handshake.
And we must tell my good friend Raila Odinga, you cannot, enough is enough. You cannot continue to blackmail the country.
And although it came as a surprise to many for the Kenya Kwanza government, led by Ruto, to support Odinga's nomination to the AU, KTN News understands that this was a well-orchestrated plan. A source from within Kenya Kwanza who sought anonymity said there was a secret handshake deal that happened almost 4 months ago when former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo met the two in Mombasa last year. Obasanjo, during a press briefing at Raila's residence last Thursday, revealed that he played a crucial role in mediating between Ruto and Raila, which led to the ceasing of the weekly protest organized by the opposition.
Went to Mombasa, and the outcome of that exercise was 5 each from the two parties to form a committee, and I understand that committee have done impressive work. Of course, in my part of the world, we believe that when you put yam in fire, you must be able to turn it over so that it's not overburnt.
The source said prior to the formation of the National Dialogue Committee, a deal was struck that will eject Odinga from local politics and Kalonzo take over the opposition. The NADCO report recommends the establishment of the office of the leader of the official opposition. In meetings that are proof of a deal being fomented, Ruto and Raila met Delaware Senator Chris Coons, who is credited for spearheading talks between fourth President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila that culminated into the famous 2018 handshake. It said Odinga nominated Kalonzo to take over as opposition leader, who will be deputized by two other leaders. A move that is likely to once again emasculate the opposition and see Kenyans on their own, as it did in 2018 during the famous handshake between Odinga and Kenyatta. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi had hinted 3 weeks ago, while in Raila's Nyanza background, that Kenyans will be surprised by some pleasant news coming from the Ruto administration. He did not elaborate, leading political pundits to speculate about an impending handshake between the president and former prime minister.
Nataka muniangalie vizuri. Hivi karibuni, we shall be surprising you with some very important news and pleasant.
The president is currently engaged in a charm offensive with various African countries in efforts to see that Raila clinches their position that will elevate him from being a veteran opposition politician to a pan-Africanist with influence in the 54 countries. Kenya Kwanza Alliance politicians are excited at the prospects of Raila leaving the political scene, making it easier for Ruto to be re-elected for a second term in 2027, where the president is expected to inherit a section of Raila's political constituency with the leverage of backing him for the AU post. The National Dialogue Committee is set for debate in Parliament Tuesday. It will be interesting to watch how both the government and the opposition will handle the various issues, especially following the nomination of Raila in AU bid. Grace Nganga, KTN News, Nairobi.
Now, President William Ruto is pushing for the establishment of the Africa